Hey everyone, it's Wednesday. Welcome back to Recall Knowledge presents Outlaws of Alkenstar, a show where Pathfinder enthusiasts play through your favorite adventure paths. I'm your GM Steve, and I'm joined by Ricardo, Richard, Ninna, and Tommy. Go ahead, everyone, and say howdy, Outlaws.
Howdy, Outlaws.
I want to say it, but every time Ninna always makes me crack up. Damn it.
Everyone joining us for the first time, welcome. And everyone who's been with us before, welcome back. You're happy you're with us again.
You're happy you're with us.
I'm happy. Oh my god, yeah, whatever. It's been one of those nights where we're starting late thanks to some tech issues, so we're gonna get rolling fast. Let's move on to our announcements. First and only announcement for the night. Our sponsor for the night is none other than the Rollsmith.
That Tom roll.
Where are they?
They're rolling on by.
Where are they? Can't find where at.
So the Rollsmith is an awesome company that makes really fun 3D dice that can be used in Foundry, along with the Dice So Nice module, which is the most installed module of all modules in Foundry. In fact, their dice are so cool that recently they announced a partnership with Foundry VTT itself. They brought not only the Foundry Anniversary dice set, but also the recent official House Divided dice set that comes with special effects. And those sort of special effects that integrate with the application are more of what we're going to see coming with the Foundry partnership in the future. So they got some cool stuff cooking. I've heard some really cool features that are coming. Hopefully we can share them on the stream as soon as they are ready. So we are excited about that. But it is very important to take like a serious note for a moment. Not only the fun and joy that the Rollsmith bring us, I can't not laugh, but also the underlying humanitarian crisis it's solving. Now, you guys out there, you know what we're talking about. It's been called the Invisible Killer, the Destroyer of Holidays, and we even have a quote on the matter by the CEO of Twitter itself, Elon Musk, saying, and I quote, "The woke mind virus is either defeated or nothing else matters." Now, it was a little cryptic, although I'm pretty sure that he was talking about this. Tough times indeed. Here to share and talk about their traumatizing experience, please welcome Kent and Tracy Perkins to the stream.
Thank you, Steve. It's so nice to be here today.
Yes, thank you for giving us a platform for us to share our story.
Now, unfortunately, I actually don't even think there's many people aware of what's going on. It is truly a silent rot in the community.
Right, you are, Steve. It's hard for people to even talk about this out loud. It's much easier to not acknowledge the situation at all, but it's a tough reality for people to deal with.
Yeah, I used to be one of those people. I was afraid of what I'd have to explain to my children. What question would they even ask? Would I know how to explain it to them? That was horrible.
Last Christmas, CPS came and took those kids from our house. All because of our ignorance. Let ours be a cautionary tale.
That is horrible. I know, guys, this is very hard to talk about. Please, can you just tell us, what would you do differently knowing what you do now?
First, goes without saying, quit pretending like nothing is going on. It's not going to go away on its own.
Quite the opposite, in fact. Secondly, seek professional help, but before it's too late. Everyone needs help, and there are people trained to help with the situation.
I think, too, the third thing for me is I'd say enough is enough. At a certain point, it's too much. Take time now to figure out what line is for you and talk with your family openly about what to do before the lines cross.
Deeply, deeply moving stuff here.
Am I missing something? I don't think you've actually told us anything, really.
How dare you belittle our experience?
No, Tracy, it's okay. I think we could better explain the situation we found ourselves in.
Yes, please. I am sorry for the ignorance of Rick here, but why don't you tell people how to recognize this problem before it's too late?
Sure. So Up front, it's hard because it's everywhere. I couldn't walk into a store without being shown all the good times others were having, but they never show the dark side.
And what do you do afterwards? It's fun to get together with your friends once in a while, splurge a little bit, and just not worry about the consequences. But they don't go away the next morning no matter how late you stayed up.
Does that help clear things up for you?
Are we talking about alcohol addiction?
How insensitive can you be? No, it's not alcohol.
Those people have AA to get them through this. This is far worse.
So it's an addiction to drugs?
I'm going to come through this screen and smack you if you don't shut up.
No. Remember the 7th step, Tracy. Don't let others control your behavior. Only we can be responsible for how we act.
You're right, honey. I'm sorry, Rick.
Sorry for what? I'm still super unclear on what's the exact situation. Richard, come on, back me up on this.
Rick, I think you're just not listening and opening up to the situation with your heart. Maybe you're just not open to admitting that you too may have a problem.
Yes. Thank you. Exactly right.
Well said.
Listen, billions of people in the US alone suffer from this addiction, and it is estimated to be on track to ruin about 1 trillion Christmas mornings. Rick, we want to help you, but the first step is to admitting that you need help.
I feel like this is some sick joke. What is going on? Like, someone be straight with me. Addiction to what?
It's okay, pal. We're here for you. You can say it. The D word.
Drugs?
We wish. No, think harder.
I have no idea.
Rick, we all love you here. This is a safe space, but please come to terms with the plague on this world that it's super hard to say out loud, but I'll try for you. Dice.
Oh, you have got to be kidding me.
We had to choose between buying new gemstone dice or buying food for our children, and we chose the dice.
And the storage. Oh, God, the storage. Our children were camping in the backyard in winter because of the dice we were buying.
Honey, it's all right. It's okay. It's okay. And that's where the Rollsmith comes in. Since all of their dice are digital, you can have an infinite amount without the worry of where your kids will have to sleep. And let me ask you, Rick, last time you bought dice, what did you spend on them? $200, $300?
I spent $11 and I got extra D6s because I was playing a wizard.
Well, the Rollsmith lets you get awesome dice for only around $5 a set. My husband would say, let's not get started on all the dice paraphernalia, bags, trays, towers, light-up shelves. It never ends.
It literally ends with that list.
So a big hearty thank you to the Rollsmith for sponsoring not only this show, but bettering the lives of families everywhere this holiday season. Thank you, Kent and Tracy, for having the courage to come here today and help others break out of this vicious cycle. And unfortunately, I do apologize for those who are just not ready to hear the truth. One day, you too will hit rock bottom, Rick. Just know that we love you and we're here for you.
I mean, look, it literally drowned Kent. He drowned in his dice.
He had to pay for internet or dice. What do you think he did?
It's not too late, Rick. It's not too late.
Make sure you guys go out and check therollsmith.com, and you too can add to your digital collection and not your physical one. If you go spring for a set for your GM, you can share it with your entire table, and everyone can play in style without breaking the bank or losing yourself to dangerous physical dice addiction. It's the storage that gets you, really. Like, the dice are cheap, but what do you do when you're on your, like, 5,000 set? You gotta make some sacrifices here.
Yeah, the children can just sleep in the storage. It's fine. Kidding!
Make sure to pick up the recent House Divided dice set, the Holy Day dice set, or any of the over 50 sets that exist right now. Thank you, Rollsmith.com. You guys are awesome. That's going to do it for announcements. Viewers, go ahead, sit back and relax. And players, let's jump into tonight's episode 7. Episode 7 of Outlaws of Alkenstar, Cradle of Quartz, written by Scott D. Young. Let's go! As our camera fades in, we hear the rumbling of the engines long before we see our airship, the Second Kiss, making its way through the mana waste, currently en route from the city of Alkenstar towards Cloud Reaver Keep, the easternmost outpost in the Alkenstar holdings. And we are treated to a beautiful sunrise, just barely cresting off the edge of the horizon in the desert. It kind of peaks up, and we get a strange, dazzling rainbow of colors that kind of filter over the desert and hit the airship as we have coming close to the end of a full day of travel when the captain rings the bell and makes the announcement that Cloud Reaver Keep is on the horizon and within sight. You all manage to wake up, stretch your legs, get ready, and the fair Farah Winslow, captain of the Second Kiss, announces that our stay will be short. She is keen to get a move on, and you will have 1 hour in port to resupply, get any things you need. Otherwise, she's ready to set sail ASAP. And so we have the shot of the airship being cleared for landing, descending. The engines are shut off. Giant grappling hooks are tossed down to the docks where you guys are lashed in and slowly pulled in to Cloud Reaver Keep. The keep itself is a fortress. Looks mostly like a military base. There's a lot of shield marshals and other soldiers around, kind of keeping an eye on things. Most of them are pointed east towards the Spellscar Desert, making sure nothing dangerous comes towards the city. And with that, Hal, you feel a little tug on your blanket, and you look down and you see the halfling couple, the business people. Sir, is everything safe now that the saboteur has been taken care of?
I think so. We got rid of them reindeer and the saboteur. I think we'll be all right.
We were discussing whether we should disembark, but honestly, we'd really love to see the desert. Do you think it's safe enough that we come?
Like, what do you mean by safe? You're going to have to elaborate. Like, is there going to be more reindeer? Probably. There are going to be more saboteurs? Probably not.
That's mostly what we're interested in. I mean, if you think so, I know we had this discussion like last night before the lucky situation, but we'd like to stay if we have your word that you'll keep us safe.
I'll pull my blanket over and then lift up my shirt and show them the giant chunk that had been bandaged by Anita and be like, I mean, if by safe, you mean by not dying by this kind of wound? Yeah, I can do that. But you might get bit.
There's like a worried exchange of looks. Well, we'll have a discussion. And they sort of make their way back to their bedroom to sort of have a private discussion about what they're going to do on the next leg of the situation. Gattleby, for his part, doesn't even want to disembark from the ship. He just stays sleeping in his room and doesn't want to be disturbed. Celessa, she is super excited to be here, and she's immediately off to try to reconnect with some old friends that she knows that probably are stationed here. And Farah has tasked our goblin buddies to resupply and make sure we have everything we need for the journey. She does also reiterate the fact that we no longer have a cook on the ship or somebody that can attend to all of your, daily needs. So it might be a little less luxurious than originally planned, but we'll make do.
Oh, we will.
Yeah, I'll make do. I'll pass Sabruk the silver short sword and say, "There's something in here you might be able to use on." And I point to the myriad of weaponry he has on him, and hand him the short sword, the +1 striking short sword. I have this here.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I think I might stay on the ship, bereft of cook. I think I know a place I can be helpful. Would y'all? And I begin the act of removing the cannon from my back, pass it over. Would y'all mind getting the runes in that? I'll see what I can't do to scare us up some food.
I could try and take a gander at it, but maybe going to the garrison would be more helpful. Is anyone going, by the way?
You think they got a bakery?
Maybe.
I'm in.
All right. We also have to stock up on some elixirs and stuff.
Like booze?
No, like health potions to keep us from dying.
Guess that's all right too.
Yeah.
And booze.
Booze? Are you staying on the ship too, Hal?
Yeah, after we go to the garrison. Yeah. I've been on the ship this whole time.
Oh, right. Sorry. I was puking the whole night because of how shaky it was. So turbulent. I'm starting not to like airships anymore. At all.
Maybe get one of them new ones that don't make that droning noise so long. And it's probably actually the goblins yelling back and forth across the engine rooms that really resounded.
Maybe the garrison has something like Dramamine that I could use for motion sickness. Yeah.
As opposed to just plain old drama. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Saruk, do you have anything else that you'd like us to get for you while we're out there?
No, just get that ballista up and running and I should be good.
All right.
Yeah. So at this story beat, you can feel free to buy anything you guys need, as long as you're not looking for things. Any kind of basic adventuring gear is available here. Definitely like booze and food supplies, things of that nature. You can totally resupply with here. Rations, potions, basic weaponry needs and crafting tools and things like that. You can easily get done here.
For Saruk's ballista, is it just a repair?
Yeah, no, we're just looking to get a +1 striking on it.
Ah, okay.
You're like transferring the runes.
Mhm.
I think transferring a rune is like 10% of the cost or something like that, or 5% of the cost. 10% of the cost. Yeah. So, are we transferring a striking?
Both +1 and striking.
Yeah. So striking rune is 65 gold. So 6.5 gold, and I'll just call it 6.5 gold for both runes at the same time. It's fine.
Nice.
Right, let's go shopping.
Shopping episode.
Shopping!
No, but really, just know that like Farah is trying to get on a tight schedule. She doesn't plan on spending too much time here. If there's any other things you want to do other than resupply, you can. But otherwise, this is just like a quick, just know this is the last bit of civilization you guys have access to for the next few days. It's supposed to be a 3-day journey to the Cradle of Quartz from here, and then a 3-day journey back. So you're going to be gone for at least 6 days, if not more, depending on how much time you guys take at the Cradle of Quartz. So this is, for many of you, this is the first time you're leaving civilization proper, maybe ever in your whole life, and that's just the severity of this moment here.
As soon as Refi steps out from the airship onto the dock, he just kind of takes a moment to look around the nothingness outside the keep. Bit amazed.
As we walk down, I think Hal's going to look at Refi and say, here, he also had these on here, and I'm going to hand him some nice-looking set of thieves' tools.
These might come in handy.
They will if you accept this trade request I'm sending you.
Nice. Beyond that, we are good to go.
Is there a bakery?
Unfortunately, there is no bakery.
Are there any granola bars?
There's plenty of dried stuffs. Yeah, there's a lot of dried stuffs and trail mix and dried rations that stay good on soldiers. There's not a lot of refrigeration or good chefs out here. Yeah, there's no, unfortunately. I'd have to say there's no bakery.
I found some trail mix. They do have some peppermint in there, and then some stale chocolate niblets. They call it a kiss.
Is that granola?
The sweetest thing they have, which is kind of the treat out here, is basically peanut brittle.
And here's some peanut brittle.
Look, I'm looking to buy elixirs, booze, and candy. That's it.
I got 5 elixirs.
How much do they cost?
3 gold?
Yeah.
How much do the good ones cost?
Do you have a snap leaf? Have you replenished your snap leaf, Hal?
Oh, I need to buy that. You're right. Let me grab it.
Right. Okay.
I think that would make sense to have out here at an airship dock for sure.
Mhm.
There is a pretty much 80+% of the people here are shield marshals and soldiers. So it's definitely a military outpost, and the 20% that aren't are just here to sort of cater to the military base and make a living off of doing selling them and supplying them and stuff.
As I'm haggling with the shop owner, I go, how does an elixir of life go from 3 gold to 150? Isn't there anything sort of in the middle?
Is it really that much of a difference?
Yeah, it goes from 3 gold to moderate to 150.
Funny. Well, there's a 30 gold lesser. A lesser elixir of life is a level 5 item for 30.
I'll buy 2 of those.
Big spender. I think he responds by saying unfortunately our economy is sort of a level-based economy where things get exponentially more expensive and you earn exponentially more gold to offset the value of those items.
You lost me.
Yep. So otherwise, it seems like we have last call and we're about to head off. So Rook, back on the ship as you're kind of setting up into chef mode, and getting a look at the kitchen. Left in a relatively decent condition. Lucky for all his faults, was an ample chef and good at his job, and he's left you a capable kitchen to work with. I would think that you would probably have heard a little bit of arguing in the hallway, and very clearly it's the merchant couple that were sort of having a sort of heated discussion in the hallway about whether to stay or to leave. But it does sound like from the, at least from the tone and from the end of the conversation, it seems like he wants to get off the ship and she wants to stay, and she's won the conversation and they are staying, at least for the journey out and back. And their plans are basically, it is the kind of thing like, we're going to go out, we're going to have a look, we're going to come back, and we'll do what we have to do when we get back, sort of thing. Like, you guys are doing a round loop, so it's like a 6-day like detour, but they'll be back here.
So I suppose meanwhile, it's just whatever the hell is here and whatever amount is here, we're going to try to make the best thing possible, the most morale raising of whatever the hell is here for dinner.
Especially in this kitchen, the one thing it hasn't been stocked with is like super quality ingredients. It was definitely stocked on a budget, more so to like just make sure that people don't starve to death on the journey. You could see where once upon a time this, like, the thing is like a lot of this cookware and a lot of the stoves and stuff were probably top notch like 20-30 years ago. They've fallen out of style a little bit. It's not the newest technology, but you could tell that this place was put together by somebody who loves their ship quite a bit.
An old beat up kitchen, not a lot of ingredients. We're going to put a lot of salt and a lot of garlic in everything, and we're going to let that carry us.
All right. Otherwise, everyone is ready and on the ship and ready to set off on our last leg of our journey, unless you guys have any last minute preparations or anything you'd like to accomplish.
Should we start maybe doing watches in the night? Like one of us stay up, or maybe two of us stay up. Maybe take shifts.
Not a bad idea. I presume the farther out we get, the more things might consider us on the menu.
Yeah.
I grin towards Hal. I think me and Hal wouldn't mind taking night shift. Now would we?
So 8 for us and 8 for you. Would you guys get a rest though, if that were the case?
Is there enough coffee on the ship to facilitate that?
Might want to pick up a little more, but they definitely have a lot of coffee. Coffee is like a traditional Alkenstar drink for sure. They definitely would have a good selection of coffee at this outpost.
You better stock up on those espressos, Ruffy.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what I'm really craving for. Have you ever had those little hard candies that taste like coffee?
Oh, the XOs, of course. I've missed those. They haven't had that since we were kids. I wonder why they discontinued it. Probably because children are eating caffeinated, candies.
Drinking coffee since I was no bigger than Lucky.
Dude, I don't think that's normal. I did that once and then I fell off the second floor of the house. Actually broke my arm. Good thing Kojak is a doctor. Oh, I think that's fairer.
Yeah, so you hear the sort of last call ring of the bell, and you can feel the ship sort of being unmoored from the side. The grappling hooks are detached, and the engines sort of spin up as the balloons are sort of reinflated, and you guys are floating up and away from Cloud Reaver Keep. The whole ship sort of veers towards the east, and there's sort of this final frontier wall that kind of splits off, and just looking off, you see the very beautiful, if not strange, Spellscar Desert stretched before you. This is a very particular area of the Mana Waste known as the Spellscar Desert, which you guys have seen, right? You guys have access to the scene that has the map, and you can kind of see. So this is where we are at Cloud River Keep. We are headed all the way down towards this section on the map, which is kind of marked on here with Cradle of Quartz ? This is the general area where it's supposed to be, and it's a 3-day journey. and you guys all need to buckle up. Farah, for what it's worth, picked up the mana sheets, which is a sort of forecast of weather patterns, mana storm patterns in the vein of like a weather report. And she has warned that there is a estimated high likelihood of mana storm activity over the next few days. And she basically cautions everyone to stay alert and to stay safe. Don't do anything like don't climb off the edge of the ship and hang over, because who knows what could happen, right? Mana storms are unpredictable. And with that, you set off in mid-afternoon towards Cloud River Keep. You guys have set up watch schedules. I think the first thing of note I would say that happens as you float is we have a sort of almost like a little montage / scene in the dinosaur uplands, because Celessa's entire purpose for being here is to hunt big game. And so as we sort of pass over the dinosaur uplands, Farah pilots the ship to come down so it's no more than like 100 feet off the floor. Looking around, you do see basically large dinosaurs roaming the area, big brachiosaurus type creatures, the heads so high that you guys are in danger of kind of coming across the top of them. Small packs of still large creatures, but dwarfed by the brachiosaurus, kind of running along the ground, and giant oversized fossils of creatures long since extinct kind of dotting the wasteland. And I think we see a shot where like Farah is kind of like saying, all right, let's set her down over there. We'll get you your hunting. And Celeste's like, no. I ain't getting off the ship. I'm going to shoot him from here. And like, she just kind of leans over the edge of the ship and gets her rifle out and just starts like taking pot shots at the creatures. But she has no intentions of putting herself in danger whatsoever. After she makes like a clean shot on this sort of velociraptor style creature and the rest of them scatter, she kind of like asks the captain to put the ship down, and she asks you guys if you would retrieve her, kill for her.
Meanwhile, Saruk is whistling in the kitchen, entirely oblivious to everything.
Could Rafi have done something while that was happening?
Yeah, you have a chance just to interact with this before it happens.
Saruki, you hear a knock on the kitchen door.
Come in. Of course it's you. What's up?
That shield marshal friend of Hal's.
Uh-huh.
Doing a bit of hunting, and I think I could borrow your gun.
I'm going to ask why, and I'm going to hope that you're also hunting dinosaurs.
I mean, yeah, I gotta show her up, right?
Go get them. And then over goes the Giselle.
All right.
You want to have a hunt off with Celessa?
Yes, I would like to take a shot as well.
All right, let's have a hunt off with you and Celessa. Are we going to basically see who can get the first kill? Is it like a race, or is it like a quantity thing?
I'll let her decide.
I think she wants to go for she wants a big trophy more than she wants a body count. So she's looking for the best kill, the biggest kill.
Try to look for the biggest, meanest thing I can try to take down.
Let's just do an attack roll off here, a single shot. You make an attack roll, and Celeste makes an attack roll. And whoever rolls higher is going to win.
Does your Giselle have any striking runes or anything on it?
Yeah, +1 striking.
+1 striking. All right. +1 striking.
So Celeste hits a 22 attack roll. Not super great.
I bring out this huge rifle compared to my trusty dueling pistol. Take steady aim, and I'll aim at the biggest, baddest dinosaur I can see. No ammunition. Run back down. Can I borrow some ammo?
Nods to where it is.
So, okay, well, you beat Celeste by 1 with a 7 on the dice for a total of 23. That's enough. So I think maybe you and Celeste were going for the same sort of target, and you get there, your shot's just a little quicker, a little truer, and you fell the beast. Celessa, for what it's worth, thinks like she swears that she's the one that got the killing blow, but you know the truth, Ruffy. Her shot missed, but she refused to get off the ship to actually retrieve the beast. So she asked if you would bring her. She does all she wants is the head. You guys can do what you want with the rest.
Yeah, sure. Does anyone want to help me get my kill?
When you bring the Giselle back, if you killed it, bring it back. I'll nods generally towards everything I'm doing. Fresh meat would go a long way.
Wow, did you see the tail on that thing?
Yeah. We got to take that into Saruk. I'll carry that. You carry his gun back, and I'll carry this tail in.
How big is this dinosaur, Ed? Does it fit in the ship? I have a lot of questions.
Yeah, this one's not a huge one. They didn't pick out like the biggest target, like a Brachiosaurus. This is like a large creature. So it would be able to be, parceled down or
Hack up the brontosaur, drag it in pieces.
yeah.
Saruk, do you want to come with us to grab this thing? It might take all of us all to get it on.
Yeah, sure. What did you get anyway?
Let's see.
Big thing, large teeth, scales. Not really sure. Actually, it had feathers. Everyone in Alkenstar always told me that dinosaurs, were like large, scaly lizards, but most of these have feathers. Look like big chickens.
Yeah, funny what happens when you stay in a city and don't go experience the world. No offense.
Yeah, we'll just call this a velociraptor. That's still a small creature.
Velociraptors are small creatures. They're about the size of like a small dog. Was it maybe a Deinonychus, GM? I'm helping you. That's one. If you're
That's
thinking,
still a medium. There's like nothing between. There's always medium and huge, like the two differences. We'll just go with the medium one. We'll go with the Deinonychus.
It's a dire Deinonychus. It was large.
Which looks like yeah, that's true. Either way, I guess there is
a GMO Deinonychus.
There's sort of like the montage of you guys like shooting it, going down, retrieving it, trying to drag it, having a hard time moving it. Like Hal's like dismantling the tail. You guys are doing all of this, and I think the next shot we get is sort of the whole dinosaur corpse just like piled in the corner of the kitchen, and then like a shot of like a nice steak on a plate as everyone is eating super fancy for dinner that night.
Bell peppers and beef.
Wow, Saruk, this is amazing.
It even tastes like chicken.
Oh, fresh ingredients. I mean, close relatives.
It's a little gamey, but I think it's because it's a dinosaur, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, I do have a question. Does everyone have the ablative armor plating?
My lead today is cooking dinosaurs. I want to roll cooking lore. Haha.
Dinosaurs are a tough thing to cook, and you nail it.
ABC-ative plating.
Ablative? ABC, it's...
Ablative? What?
So I just figured out how to do this new thing that kind of reinforces the armor that you guys already have. I've already given one to Hal because he's up in front of the enemy most of the time, and then if you don't mind, I do want to give Saruk the next one because I could only unfortunately do one.
I have my own taps where the gears are on the armor.
Oh, you do? Oh, nice. Okay, so it's just you, Refi, that don't have one.
Do I have to wear that?
Yes, you do. I mean, I know you're usually far away, but we don't know who we're fighting.
Doesn't really go with my shoes.
Who are you trying to impress? The enemy that's trying to kill you?
I mean, you want to look good, don't you?
Of course, but you want to look good for the dinosaur?
That's a dangerous train of thought.
That's not a suggestion.
All right, if you insist, Annie. For you, I'll wear it.
Yes, just to be safe. Besides, we don't have to wear it until we start heading into the cave, the cradle, because it does take a couple minutes to get on, and then after you use it, it's gone.
Having a hard time putting it on. It's almost like if we needed to initiate a trade in the game or something.
Yes, I will help you put it on.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much I'm going to be able to use this because it says I have to affix it to a shield. I don't use a shield.
Or yourself, I believe.
It'll make me make noise.
Yes, that's the thing. Like, it would make you less stealthy.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to protect you all with temporary hit points, and yet you all have complaints.
I'm just saying, I don't think it's gonna be beneficial.
All right.
So interestingly enough here, which may be surprising, is that for the first time in a while, you guys are greeted with uneventful travel. 3 days of travel that goes off without a hitch. You know, you guys are definitely on watch. You're nervous. You're looking, you know, you have this sort of worry that there might be something coming, but every morning, every night, the clock passes, the ship goes on. The captains are very good at what they do. The only real fear here is like almost like the boredom of the travel, but it's nice to have a sort of rest from the constant deathly situations you found yourself in over the recent weeks. And we have like 3 full days of travel with nothing that happens. Just awesome sights. The Spellscar Desert just has very interesting sights. This really weird yellow sand that sort of shifts as you look into it and almost like mesmerizes you, and it's hard to like look away. There's parts where like the stone croppings on the walls are very distinct red and blue stone, sort of layered in different layers, that stand out in very stark contrast to all the rest of the colors. It's very mute out here, very dull and brown, but this red and blue is very striking, and you guys just find yourself sort of looking at it one day as you drive past or fly past. The weather is fickle here. You'll have rainstorms that come out of nowhere, and you watch as like the rain just is summoned almost out of nothing, and these heavy thunderstorms kind of happen around you, and you watch as the rain hits the sand, and the densely packed sand is not ready for that water, and it just sort of like flows and makes huge flash floods that sweep across the desert and just look like they're very dangerous for anyone that might find themselves on the surface. Yeah, the 3 days of intensity, I think you maybe let your guard down a little bit, and we awake on the 3rd morning after leaving Cloud River Keep, which is the day that you are set to arrive at the Cradle of Quartz. And Phoebe kind of greets you that morning and lets you know that there is some mana storms looming on the horizon, and in this case, we don't have, you know, like we're no going around these ones. We're gonna have to head in, so strap in. If you want to put a seatbelt on or something, that's probably safe. God, I forgot how good this feels out here. I feel alive.
Oh, thank the gods, something happening. About to blow my brains out of boredom.
I don't trust it. It's been too quiet.
I think Hal and Reficule have been sleeping all day and getting really deep in the cups at night playing cards, like days on for the last couple of days.
Saruk has cleaned part of the kitchen such that this is my push-up area now, and I can get up and work out here. It just hasn't really left, except for when it's his turn to like get up on the ballista.
You had Anita craft a pull-up bar.
Oh God.
Yeah, Ania's just doing like in-services for the cauterizing torch, the ablative plating, all the new gadgets that I have given a couple of them so far. This is how you use it.
Phoebe does let you know that this is basically by sundown we'll be at the Cradle of Quartz, assuming it's actually there and you guys aren't crazy, but she's getting to where you know the directions say to go. Beyond that, whether we find it or not is going to be up to you guys, but basically she says we should be there by sundown, so any last minute preparations you guys need to do for the day, assuming you're going to the Cradle today, would be a good time to do it. In a GM sense, this is saying like prepare for the day, and then in a game sense, he's just saying we'll be there by night. so you guys know it's time to prepare. And I think the last thing we see sort of before we head into the break here is the mana storm. Like one of you on the front can kind of see it. The energy, like the clouds form, and it's not just normal clouds. You can see like swirling colors and a vortex of energy and a strange sound that you've never heard before kind of rumbling in, because you guys are kind of heading. It's not like it's not above you like you're used to dealing with some of these mana storms. You're flying right into it, and it's not a huge mana storm. This is, in game terms, this is considered a level 1 mana storm, but this is the first time we're going to feel the effects of that sort of random mana stormness. So at this point in the game, this is where I have to roll on the mana storm table to see what the effects of this mana storm actually are.
It's a good thing we thought this would be all of Alkenstar, and so none of us are casters, and we specifically prepped for this.
Yeah, that's true. All right, I'm going to make a roll on the table. I rolled a natural 1 on the dice. Is that good or bad? I don't know if they're actually weighted in any way. Oh, it doesn't look like it, actually. So what it says is this is like a bleaching effect. So as you guys sort of go into the cloud and the mana storm, the world around you almost gets dull and dark and dims just a little bit. A lot of the bright colors, any of the brilliant sort of beautiful things you have sort of find themselves muted as color is sort of drained around you guys. Hal doesn't look any different. Hal's like, hey, it's like home, right? It's almost like here, like how you feel like maybe this is sort of magical energy seeping in from the plane of shadows or something, right? Everyone feels themselves like drop like pale, like almost like a black and white movie. But everyone looks at Hal, and Hal's like, what? I don't see anything different, right? It's kind of funny. So everyone is basically drained of color while you're in the effects of this storm. So the whole ship turns into a black and white movie.
I want to say that this is the meanest fucking thing. I don't know if you guys know it. I don't know if everyone watching knows, but Pathfinder's gnomes, they literally must constantly experience new things, or they get depressed and die. And the bleaching is an effect that happens to them where they are bereft of color. And I see the gnome affected. They're like, oh, that's trauma for exactly one ancestry.
Oh, shit. I had no idea.
Mm.
I'll put on this effect for our scene, since we are in a black and white old school movie now.
Grayscale's everything.
Yeah, luckily no one here is a gnome. So that's the last thing we see. The ship sort of flying into the mana storm. Everyone black and white, sort of drained of color, and the ship going into the storm. The camera's kind of looking up at it, and as the camera goes to break, there's a movement of something that crosses between our ship and the camera like blacks out, and that's where we're gonna go to. That's where we're gonna go to our break. Something in the mana storms is following you. What will it be? We're gonna find out right after the break. So 10 minutes. Go ahead and stretch your legs. Get yourself to drink. Get yourself something to drink. Don't go buy dice. Whatever you do not buy dice. It would not be safe. Buy some virtual dice from the Rollsmith. And otherwise, we'll be back in 10 minutes with more Outlaws of Alkenstar. Go subscribe on YouTube, Twitter, but go to the Twitch, go to the YouTube, go to all that, and we'll be back in just a little bit.
Woohoo!
And we are back.
What?
So, you're too late. You gotta say that before we come back, Nina, not when we're live on air.
Sorry.
Anyways, the ship is careening across the spellscar desert. We found ourselves in a mana storm that's turned everything black and white and old-timey. It's probably still like the morning shift, so I don't remember who it was that has the morning shift. It's Ninna and Saruk.
Mm.
So I think it's probably shortly after the dinosaur omelets or whatever Saruk cooked for breakfast, like dinosaur sausage. I don't know. There's a lot of dinosaur-based meals in the past few days.
Just meat.
Right. We're hopped up on protein.
Mana waste mountain oysters.
Uh-oh.
We're all just going to be irradiated and die now.
There's only 2 mountain oysters on that dinosaur. I don't know who got to eat them. They were delicacies.
Sounds like Reffy.
But what we see is sort of as you guys are sitting there kind of enjoying breakfast, having this nice peace that's lasted for days, there's a sort of like blur of movement that goes right past the window that you guys are sitting at and eating. And you guys notice something on the outside of the ship.
I'm not sure if my eyes are playing with me because everything is in monochrome, but did you just see that, Saruk?
I did. Go get everybody up. I'm going to the ballista. The peace was never meant to last.
What? Wake up!
Right here at the table with you.
Oh, hi. Why are you up? You should be sleeping. We're the ones taking watch.
Well, we're having our breakfast, then we usually go to bed.
Oh, Reffy.
Now, what seems to be the problem, Dollface?
Oh God.
No, sorry, don't know what came over me. But the damn black and white. What's going on? Reffy was definitely asleep at the table.
Of course. I don't know.
Yeah, so what do you guys want to do? Where do you guys want to position yourselves? I know Saruk said that you're immediately heading up for the ballista again.
Yeah, and I'm going to grab Nolby. Hey, would you look at that? I remembered
Wow.
somebody's fucking name.
I
Hell
like
yeah.
this effect.
Take a hero point for remembering Nolby's name.
Yes.
Tell him to lock the door.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Nolby, lock the door. Come on. We got shit to do.
Lucky's on the bottom of the ship just holding on for 3 days. Waiting for his shot.
Could I have squeezed Wybert in here?
Yes, absolutely. Feel free to bring Wybert down from...
Buddy, where are you?
Also, it's been 3 days. Make sure everyone is healed. Wybert looks like he's not at full health, so you would have definitely had enough time to repair Wybert. Yeah, I mean, basically, you know, the layout of the ship, the only thing open to the air is the ballista up top and the sort of the back of the ship where the sort of open bar slash the lounge is. That's like the real opening. So Saruk's managed to go up with Nolby. You guys are sitting on the top. Immediately start getting the ballista loaded, and so there'll be like a shot ready to go for Saruk. But Saruk's taking care of Anita, Halbrand, and Reficule. Where would you guys like to position yourself?
I think I'm good where I am.
So what you see, sort of the mana storm itself makes visibility hard outside the ship, especially with the black and whiteness. Hal probably more used to this than everyone else. I think Hal's probably the person that notices it first, but kind of like in the sort of movement, flying within the storm, you see a winged creature that looks something like this.
Whoa!
They've got a pair of like angelic wings coming off their back. You can see that as they like pop out, they're like wielding like dual scimitars as they fly. Their feet got like this weird sort of bestial bottom half, and you see their bodies covered in like these gross pustules, which are not uncommon for creatures that have been exposed to like living in the mana waste.
Radiation.
A little bit, yeah. It's not dissimilar to the gnolls that you fought way back in, Chapter 1, Book 1. They were also covered in similar pustules and commonly found amongst the mana waste mutants.
I thought you were going to say covered in tattoos, and I was going to say, and see, Annie, they know how to look good, but pustules, never mind.
And they actually are, underneath the pustules, you do see like very intricate runic runic ink that like seem to glow and like kind of radiate their own energy across their bodies. And one of them is sort of like kind of flying right behind the ship, and I'll reveal the token right here. It looks like it's basically about to dive bomb you, Hal. And at that point, I would like everyone to go ahead. Not you necessarily, you, but like you as in the ship. It's about to dive bomb the ship. Like in your
You get
guys'
the scouting bonus.
Oh, we get the scouting bonus.
You get the scouting bonus, of course.
So like not hit them in melee, right? Because that's when they at you.
That's a 23 for Refi.
That is not where I wanted that, but I'll take it.
24 for Anita, Kieran, Ulysses, Mendoza.
Let's see those crits in chat.
Oh, did we get a crit? Yeah, crits in chat for that one. Let's go.
Woo!
Because we are heading into a black and white encounter as one of these creatures off the back of the ship is like basically going to be seen. It's quick enough to. It's using stealth for its initiative. It actually is quick enough to beat everyone. It tied Hal, but ties go to creatures in Pathfinder. The only person who got higher than everyone is Saruk. So Saruk, with your 31 perception, you beat this creature's 28 stealth, and you're able to basically get the first drop on what you'd like to do.
Nice. So I imagine from where I am and where they are, there's like a 0% chance, even if I'm shouting at them, that they're going to be able to hear me.
Unfortunately, it does seem that you're outside of like auditory range, especially over the rumbling engines and such.
That is what I thought. All right, so then just kidding. Devise a strategy. Nope.
All right, your stratagem is going to come up with a 2.
So then I guess I'm going to spend the other 2
Hero
actions.
Hero.
All right, you know what? Just for you, I'm going to use a hero
Yes!
You got 2 of them, so why not? There we go.
There you
point.
go.
You know, I got to listen to you more, Ricardo. That was perfect. You know, on second thought, I think I have a really good shot. I would like to interact to draw my backpack ballista for my second action
Yes.
with a 31 hit.
So 31, you have pretty long range on this. I think we established this last time. You're within the range. 31 will absolutely be a hit, but not a crit.
Ooh,
Ooh,
that's terrifying. All right, so making sure this math is all right for the runes. That's so many d12s. That makes me really happy. 20 damage.
That's pretty cool with the striking rune there, right?
And then I'm going to... I'm really glad that you guys didn't yell at me when I said, hey, yell at me when I forget this trigger. But I'm remembering my trigger on my own, so that's fine. When I hit them, I'm gonna do shared stratagem. I don't know where everyone's positionals are.
I just staggered on the back of the ship.
Yeah, they are somewhere nebulously down there, and there is a flying thing. I designate Refi. I know the name of what that is, and I'm not saying it, but that person is flat-footed, so Refi on their next attack before the start of my next one. And that was 3.
Perfect. All right. Up next is the creature. So you all watch as like this creature is gonna like it's basically hidden. Most of you guys couldn't even see it because it was stealth. Saruk like shoots the ballista off the top of the ship, and you just watch as it like explodes against one of these creatures, and kind of draws your attention there. But at that point, it's too late because they are already gonna beat you guys, and sort of like shielding the eyes away from this like ballista, looking up at Saruk, who has like an eye shot on this thing. It angrily like looks forward and kind of takes his thumb or takes his hand and just does like one of these like a down sort of motions. And then for its first turn, it's going to use all 3 actions to do something called a raptor dive. So this creature is able to basically double dash, fly forward, which it does right towards Reficule, who's on the back of the ship. And it makes a paired strike. So a paired strike is another ability it has, which says it makes 2 attacks. They combine into 1 damage to bypass resistances, and as well, it doesn't increase the map until after they both hit. Actually, your ballista, what kind of damage does it do?
Piercing, probably.
I think what you would have seen too, as you hit this thing and your ballista sort of pierces right through it, the runes on its body sort of flare up, and they're now glowing like a dull orange energy. And it's going to make 2 scimitar attacks. Ooh, thank you, James Wolf, for the subscribe.
Yeah, James Wolf.
Thank you, James Wolf.
First strike is a 19 on the dice for 34.
I'd say that hits critically.
Whew.
That's a critical hit, so 26 points from that. And then its second strike is taken without the map. 13, which is a hit but not a crit. So that one is 18 points.
Lord.
And then, because it's using this sort of raptor dive ability, if both strikes hit, the target is knocked prone. And Refi is immediately knocked prone. So Refi, you're knocked prone. And this thing dives in, 2 scimitar strikes, knocks you off your feet, and then it's sort of like, you're like knocked down, its still wings are still flying, and it's still hovering right there over your body. Over on this side, another one sort of dive bombs out of the clouds and does the same thing, this time against Hal. So that's a scimitar strike on the first one is a 19, which misses. The second one's a 24. So this hits, and I don't know if you have anything that can sort of reduce it. No. Okay, perfect. So it is a hit, which does regular damage, double ones for a total of 8 damage, and because they didn't both hit, you're not knocked prone. And then over here on the side, there's a third one of these that flies in, and let's see, its flight. It has a speed of 40 flying. So it sort of flies in right over the top, or I guess it flies in here and then ends up right between Hal and Anita. And then for its second action, it's basically going to tumble through, fly past Anita. This is a movement action. It would trigger an opportunity attack from Hal. Okay, go ahead and take it. 22 is a hit. It's actually flat-footed thanks to Wybert. All right, 19 points of damage. Not bad. But it will then attempt to basically tumble through Anita. Got to look up tumble through again.
Against that hit. That succeeds.
Yeah. So tumble through is against your reflex DC.
Mm-hmm.
So it does. There's no such thing as critical success. So it actually is able to do that, and it flies with a second action sort of through you, and it gets into the middle of the room, still sort of flying. And with this last action, it sort of like flies all the way to the door of the cockpit, and then stops and lands at the cockpit door. That's their turn. Hal.
Look at him. He is the captain now.
The other thing too, so you're on the ballista, you're on top, you look down, you can still see a couple of them on the back, but one of them is completely gone out of your view. You have no view on them once they go inside the ship.
Gotcha.
All right, Hal.
All right. I think I'll do a dueling parry on myself as my first action, and then I will attempt to knock down this creature here.
Okay. Yep, target that creature. You can use the trip macro there if you want. You have a +1 on the trip because you have a +1 weapon that has the knockdown trait, right?
Yeah.
All right, you make an attack, and then if it hits and deals damage, then you get to make the trip attack. Perfect. 26 hits, 7 points of damage. That seems low. Low rolls.
That was 1 and a 2.
All right.
And then
That's slashing damage?
slashing.
All right, as you slash through it, you watch as the runes on its body flare up, and they turn like a deep purple.
Awesome, but not really.
But it takes the full damage.
Yep, and then I do a athletics check right after without a map.
Yep, full on athletics check. It's going to be a 21. Technically, you have a +1 item bonus because your weapon has the trait on it, I believe, the trip trait. 22, and it targets, let's see.
Reflex DC.
Trip is, the reflex DC, which in this case, 22 is not enough to succeed, so it's a failure.
All right, and that is my turn.
So not a critical failure, just a regular failure. Okay. Perfect. That brings us to Anita.
All right, so I am going to stride 10 feet onto Refi, and with my healer's tools, I'm gonna do quick medicine on him. So let's see. I'm gonna do it with assurance. So it's 2d8 for Refi.
Okay.
You heal for 13 points.
Thank you, Annie.
And then I have one more. And then for one, I will use 2 to give to Wybert. Okay, his first action will be to stride over this fella right here. And then his next action would be to just to attack him. Would this be flanking?
No, there's no flanking in this situation here. Ruffy's knocked down. You're not on the other side of this creature. There's definitely no flanking here.
That's alright. Wybert smash!
Oh, 21 is a
21 to hit.
21 is a miss, unfortunately.
That is it for my turn.
No Wybert smash. Refficule knocked down. This creature still floating over the top of you. Just 2 strikes knocked you on your ass. What would you like?
And they're flat-footed to you.
Not sure if they have a reaction, though. Not sure if I want to risk it. I'm going to... Can I step while I'm prone?
1 second, I just remember something. Hal, you did a melee strike on this creature.
Yep.
As you slash through it, you notice that some of the pustules on it sort of slice open to your slash. And I need you to make a basic reflex save.
Dinner.
That is not a dinosaur.
Does have a tail, though.
Some tetanus for dessert.
No, that was book 1.
23 is a success,
Yes.
so you just take half damage. So you take 3 points of acid damage from the pustules on Hal. Sorry, back to you, Refi.
Am I able to step while I'm prone?
You cannot step when prone. You can crawl. Crawl does provoke opportunity attacks. You cannot step while down. Like I don't think there's any way out of the being knocked prone next to an opportunity attack without kip up or anything like that. Correct me if I'm wrong, Tommy, but you definitely can't step prone, and you can't step unless you're standing. You can crawl 5 feet, but then it does provoke opportunity attacks.
Then, you know what? I'm going to shoot in the face from down here.
Yes. Shoot him.
They're flat-footed. You are prone, which
It already takes it from my, yeah.
a dirty 20 is going to be enough to hit.
Woo!
All right.
Not a crit, but the flat-footedness is what's making you actually hit in the first place.
See, I knew this was going to happen, and I planned for it.
10 damage.
So it's 10 piercing damage. In this case, your weapon has what is called concussive damage, I believe, correct? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So you take the lesser resistance between bludgeoning and piercing, and in this case, it takes the full 10 damage.
And then I'll do a reloading strike.
Okay.
Oh, was that a good idea? Screw it. It's what I do anyway. That map. It's flat-footed still.
Flat-footed still, 14 is a miss.
All right, so that's a reload. Third action. It's just an action to take a potion, right? Because it's part of the bandolier thing. I still have to pull it out, right?
It's an interact to pull it in your hand, and then it's an action. It's another interact to drink it. So it's 2 actions in total.
I'll pull it out for now. I'll pull out the minor elixir of life.
Okay. For what it's worth, when you take your reloading strike, it does not take an opportunity attack on you or anything. I don't know if it could. Does it? I think reload is a manipulate action, so I think theoretically
that's true.
Could have taken it. It would expose you. I don't know. I don't think reloading strike takes away that trait on it.
If that's the case, if I noticed it didn't make an attack while I was doing the reloading strike, I wouldn't have taken out the potion. I would have just crawled.
Crawl there under the table.
I'm assuming I can crawl at least that
I think
far.
you can only crawl 5 feet, actually.
5 feet?
Right.
Then fine. I crawl.
Crawl
behind
is
Wyvern.
if you're prone, you can crawl 5 feet and stay prone.
I literally just roll under the table and go, oh bloody hell!
Yeah, I'll give you standard cover under the table. All right, so Nolby's up at the top with you, Saruk, and she's just like, oh, is she the one? Is she just loading the ballista for you?
So I feel like the ballista's been loaded. I think it's. I'll turn down, look at her. Turn it to face the back of the ship. If I don't have a shot, I'll fire it. Otherwise, it's on you. Just keep it moving.
All right, so Nolby uses her action to sort of aim the thing and position it so it's aimed right at the creature and just gets it ready to be fired, at least. You guys already preloaded it in the build-up, so that's fine. And then Saruk, top of the second round, it is your turn.
Okay, so I have line of sight to the two that are on the back porch. Yeah?
Yes, so there's two on the back porch. You have sight to both of them. One of them is currently... Yeah, like one of them's like engaged with Wybert and one of them is engaged with Hal.
Got it. So then I'm going to... I don't think I can tell which of the two, excuse me, that I is the more beat up from up here. I'm talking too much. Devise a stratagem! 24. Deceit. Thank you, Nina. I appreciate you. I am satisfied with a 25. So second action, I am going to use a free action beforehand to remember where my character sheet is on my. There we go. Okay, cool. We're doing it live. So then I'm gonna. If it doesn't look like the one that knocked Reffy down is gonna like turn and chase after Reffy.
It looks like it'd have a hard time because it's currently like Wybert's kind of positioned between Reffy and it right now.
Gotcha. And the one that Hal is fighting is prone? ?
No, Hal did not successfully prone it.
So I'm going to target the one that's in Hal's face then. Would a 25 hit?
25 does hit.
Alrighty, so I designate Hal for this. They are flat-footed to Hal's first attack next round. And blam! That is not good damage. 11 or 15 damage.
15 piercing damage. Okay.
Mm.
So they take the piercing damage, and you watch. They take the full 15 damage, and how you watch as the tattoos on the chest kind of shift from purple to orange.
Interesting. And that was 3.
Mm.
All right, Nolby. Here's hoping you know how to fire that thing.
We're gonna see what's gonna happen now.
All right. The first one of these creatures will go. It's gonna target Wybert. Oh no, not Wybert. Yep. So targets Wybert with a. Well, it's gonna use the paired strike ability it has to make the 2 melee strikes against Wybert. So starts with the first strike. That's a total of dirty 20, which is a miss.
Yes, good job, Wyvern!
Second one is a 25, which is a hit. So only one hits for
just
damage. 16 points of damage to Wybert.
Okay.
Does Wybert have any built-in hardness? I don't think he does, right?
No.
Got it. Okay.
Just hit points.
So that was 2 actions.
Mm-hmm.
1 map. I think we'll then... I guess it's going to sort of fly, and it's going to kind of go out away and then fly like around like this and sort of position itself so it flies here and around you guys and sort of lands on the deck right near the door. Kind of flies over the top of Reffy who's hiding at the table. Doesn't have any action to take a strike or anything and just lands like right here near the door. All right, the other one's engaged with Hal. The other one will target Hal. Also do a paired strike. So 2 strike attacks. You do have dueling parry up. Ooh, that's a 2 for miss. Second one is another 2. Double 17s, double miss. Hal's able to easily fend off this creature without issue.
I like the notion of it brings its scimitars into where Hal is, and that's when the bullet like slams it in the shoulder and it staggers backwards.
Yes. Gets angry, and then I guess it was his third action. It will also sort of try to swoop around you, Hal. This does trigger an opportunity attack, but I think you used your reaction. No, you didn't. You're good. You can have a reaction.
I will take it.
Go ahead.
Wacha.
Remind me as I struggle to print a feat that I forget how it works.
Ooh, a natural 1. That is not going to be it.
So that burns shared stratagem, unfortunately. I don't know if you have a hero point, Hal. Now might be the time. It's flat-footed to this.
Yeah, I'm thinking I need to use the hero point.
Let's use it.
Roll and
Come
keep
on.
the result.
Ah, fine.
So it turns natural 1 into a 22,
Woo!
which then turns that into a hit.
15 damage.
15 points of damage, and then it sort of lands and it like gets right in front of the door and it stops, and it looks like it's basically here positioning itself in the door to stop you guys from getting in. And that's its turn, and then back in the inside, the third one that made its way in, you just watch as the door is like locked and it has its scimitars, and it's just doing its paired strike at the door. 20 on the first strike, 20 on the second strike. So pretty sure 20 is enough to hit a door. We combine the damages. 13 and 13 for 26 points of single damage. There's some hardness on it, but it's basically cutting through the door at a pretty fast rate, and it looks like the door probably doesn't have too much. I'm about to look up door stats in a second, but we go to your turn, Hal.
All right. I'm going to dueling parry. Well, yeah, I'm going to dueling parry again and then try to knock this guy down. Strike.
Yeah, like a wood has... So wooden structure, 40 hit points, harness of 10, so 26 down to 16. So it takes 16 points of damage to itself, and it's looking rough. Like another turn of that, and the door's gonna be gone. Sorry. 28's a hit.
Nice.
16 damage.
16 points of damage. It takes the 16 points of slashing damage. The pustules explode outwards. You can go ahead and make that reflex saving throw. 26 is enough to just take half damage. You take 2 points of acid damage.
Oh, sorry, that wasn't my reflex. That was my athletics check to trip him. That is a natural one.
Oh, good
So
point.
take
Oh,
8
that's the reflex. Okay, so he is tripped. 26 is enough to trip it. Trip, is it just on a success they're knocked prone?
On a success, they're knocked prone. If it's a critical, yeah, they take a 1d6 if it's a critical.
So they don't take any damage, but they are knocked prone. You sweep him out of the air. He slams his wings, sort of like loose, fall out from under him. He lands on the deck. You take the 8 points of damage from the failure, and you're now taking 1d4 persistent damage from the acid pustules that are burning away on you. That's only one action. You still got... Oh, sorry, that's 2 actions.
That's all 3. Yeah, I did dueling parry.
Dueling parry is Oh, I didn't realize that one feat is 2 actions to do the knockdown.
Knockdown and then a trip, yeah, but that just doesn't do map until after both go. Yeah.
No, okay, that makes sense. So it doesn't save you actions, but it does save you map. You take 1 point of acid damage at the end of your turn, and you can make the recovery check. Still burning, or still pustuling away, still getting eaten away by the acid. Okay, Anita.
All right. Does it take one action to tell Saruk that there's one of these creatures trying to get into the cockpit?
It doesn't, but Saruk is so far away with the loud roaring engines, you can't communicate verbally.
Fudge.
Just get a sign, run out to the back, hold it up.
You can if you want to spend an action, you could mime, like you spend an interact action and sort of like wave your hands and like point and try to communicate what's going on, but verbally, which would be free, is not capable at this long distances.
Or like, for what it's worth, before you do that, did all of them go inside the ship?
There's still 2 that are outside the ship.
Oh, okay, I got it.
They are guarding the door, but they look like they're trying to stop you guys from getting in.
What do you think Anita's trying to say?
What?
One.
Through the door, cockpit.
I think Anita has been spending too much time with Ruffy.
Wow.
Okay,
Clip
second action. Clip it. Second action, I'm gonna pull out a moderate lightning bottle. Yes, and hit this man right here. Bottled lightning, there you go.
Yeah, go for it.
Can someone roll for bottled lightning for me, please?
Are you using the moderate or the lesser?
Yes.
Moderate.
For the moderate, and then I'm gonna hit this the guy on the corner, like on my right. Yeah, that way Hal doesn't get the splash damage.
You guys are learning. 13 on the dice for a total of 26, which will be a hit.
Sweet.
Looks like it's 7 points of electricity damage from the. Or, sorry, 9 points of electricity damage from that. It takes 2 more damage from the splash. They both do.
Hmm.
It's flat-footed. It's flat-footed to everyone until the start of your next turn. And this one here, you watch as you hit it with the electricity bottle. It's like runes. The tattoos light up, and it glows like a crackling blue lightning energy now.
Okay. And then I'm going to have Wybert. So that's one action. I have one more. I'm gonna use one action to give Wybert 2. And then he will stride till here. Oh, God. Just move. There you go. Okay, and then he is going to take a hit on this fella right here.
Go for it.
I'm gonna try. Wybert smash. He's flat-footed, right?
He's prone.
This one over here is prone. This one over here is flat-footed from the lightning. So the flat-footed only hits the target you hit.
Well, the prone guy is flat-footed anyway.
Yeah, the prone guy is flat-footed just because he's prone.
I'll do the prone guy.
Okay.
Yes, this one worked.
Oh, that's 7
no, I'm
on the
gonna
dice.
use a hero point.
Wybert hero point. Bring it.
Wybert hero point. Here we go.
I'm re-rolling it with the hero point. That turns a miss into a hit.
Thank you.
23 total, which is a hit. This was Wybert smash.
Yes, Wybert smash.
So Wybert smash deals 15 points of damage to the one that's prone, bringing it near death.
Woo, and that's it for Wybert's turn. For my turn.
Refcule.
All right, one action to stand up. One action.
You stand up, you remove the cover, you remove the table moves. Yeah, one action to stride over there.
Actually, no. I'd probably go here. No, because I need a line of sight on this guy. And third action, I'll shoot the one near death. Is there any penalties for range attacks when they're prone in Pathfinder?
If you're prone, you can take cover to give yourself cover against ranged attacks. But if you don't take the cover as an action, you're not actually benefiting from any. If you try to go prone, you can, but you're not always given benefits for it. So yeah, you're good.
All right.
28. That will be a hit.
Nice.
For 9 points of damage.
9.
9 points of damage. Not enough to finish it off, unfortunately.
That is all 3 actions. That's my turn.
All right. Nulby is able to take one shot. It's kind of a dangerous shot because it's right as close as they could get to without being inside. But I think Nulby will use an action to aim at the one that's this one here, not the one that's prone, but the one that's standing up. And then she fires the ballista. So a ballista basically has the target has to make a reflex save. It's a DC 19 reflex save. So I will roll a reflex save for this creature.
Yeah, you will.
It's
Dang.
a 32, which is a critical success.
Oh my God.
And so the damage itself was so
The man wants to roll his ballista damage, damn it.
pretty light. It's 28 points of ballista damage, but on a critical success on the reflex save, it swoops out of the way, and all that you get is a giant ballista arrow that the bolt comes down and just fires through the floor and is half embedded and sort of opens up a little bit of like open sky beneath you guys as it just impales and deals no damage. And then she's like, oh shit. And then her second 2 actions are to like start loading it and get it half loaded for the next fire.
Alrighty. Here comes the thing.
It's gonna be a 22.
Yeah. So then we will take it. Second action is to reload the Giselle, and then third action. What did 23 hit?
Well, there's 2 creatures. So one is like prone and like being like blasted by everyone. It's right in the doorway, and the other one is flying, like standing there floating, but is like zapped from the electricity. So which one do you want to target?
So
the one that's
both
like...
of them are.
Both are flat-footed. Yeah.
I really wish I would have left my token. Yeah, there is, but the amount of actions it would take Saruk to get down there is woof. I think probably...
There's one blocking us from getting through the door.
Well, you know what? I think it's going to be that one.
Okay, perfect. 22 is enough to hit.
Nice.
Brah. 90 damage.
Very nice. Way more than enough that's needed. It actually looks like...
Finally.
Yeah, so the one drops, you watch as like they die, both the scimitar sort of fall out of its hands, and it's kind of, one of the 3 is completely like dead now.
It's funny how it's hard to protect your head from shots from above when you're fighting people all around you, and suddenly just, and he collapses. Well. I am debating whether or not I wanted to do that. Fuck it, it's fine.
Oh, non-lethally? That's true. You do have the option of doing it non-lethally.
I do have the option of doing that. Now I'm decision paralysing. Heck, too many decisions. Pathfinder hard. We should switch to. No, I'm kidding. I think we're gonna go with we have lots of things to do and we don't have a place to keep these guys in. Sorry, shooting to kill, and that is 3.
That brings us to their turn. So this one's, I think it's only flat-footed until the start of its turn, start of your next turn. So it's actually still
my
flat-footed.
next turn. Yeah.
Perfect. I think from here, it does a sort of a step, closes the door. Like narrowly gets ready for you guys.
Closes the door.
Closes the door on you guys.
Now it's trapped in the room with Refi.
Unfortunately, I'm outside.
Damn it! Get in the room.
The one out here attacking the door, 21 is going to be a hit. 15.
Is the door flat-footed though, Steve?
Natural 20. So I think what it does is it just completely double smash strike. The door flies open. You guys can't see this because you're outside, but Farah is like driving. The door like slams behind. She looks over her shoulder as this guy like comes in and uses his third and final action to step in the room, like right with Farah.
Okay, we got it.
How?
This was going to be Farah's last trip, and then she was going to retire.
I will say to Saruk, like getting down, you're right. Getting down takes a lot of actions to run through the whole ship. There is sort of the quick emergency way that like Nulby points out, which is around the edge of each blimp. I think we talked about this before. There's sort of like ladders that are really meant for like maintenance and not like emergency use. But you could always, in a pinch, just like basically try to jump and like use them to kind of guide yourself down the side of the ship and end on the deck.
Nolby, my quick escape route is this: taps the snap leaf that Saruk is wearing.
That's true. You do have
7 feet or a 7-foot orc just sliding down a ladder on the side of a blimp.
This was definitely made for someone my weight.
So as I step towards the door, my shadow is going to open it.
Okay.
For free.
Yeah, it didn't have any ability to like lock the door or anything. So yeah. You have the clever shadow feat, which is really cool from your shadow, what is it called? Your fetchling. You can perform simple interact actions with your shadow, such as opening a door. Says you can perform simple interact action with your shadow, such as opening and lock door. Anything your shadow interacts with must be within the reach. Your shadow can't perform actions that require significant manual dexterity. It's weird, right? It doesn't say it costs no actions, but it doesn't say it costs an action. It's kind of nebulous, right? It says your shadow can perform simple interact actions. It doesn't say you have to command your shadow to spend an action or anything. So yeah, let's allow it. So you step and your shadow opens the door in one action. That's awesome.
Hello, birdie. And I would like to do a snagging strike.
This would be a good time to crit, by the way.
Boom!
Hey, what do you know?
Woohoo!
What do you know? That
Thank
is
you
a
for
crit.
manifesting that for us, GM. We appreciate you.
You are welcome.
24.
That's the critical damage? Yes, it is. Okay. 24 points of damage. So you watch, right? You slash into it. You slash into this last time. And it actually takes less damage than you would expect from this. It does blast some of the pustules. You can make another reflex saving throw for me, please. 21 is a failure, so you take the full acid damage. Max damage to balance out the minimum damage, so that's 12
Jesus.
points of acid damage. But you are hit. It is now flat-footed from your snagging strike. You're like holding it there.
Yeah. Make a map attack against it.
That's a hit.
I'm rolling this damn one over and over and over.
Yeah, you keep rolling
You
one.
gotta change your dice, man.
It takes less damage than you would expect from that.
Oh, let's go.
That's everything, right? That's all three. Oh yeah, we get it. So the recovery check fails, and you take 2 more acid damage. All right, Anita.
All right. So I'm going to delay my turn. Kill it, Ruffy, so I can run in.
Very, very nice use of delay turn. So Ruffy.
All right.
Oh wait, no, you're not. It's just delayed on my end.
All right, I'm going to reload my gun. First action.
Huh?
Second action, I'll shoot it.
Okay.
Come on.
Ooh, that's a 4 on the dice for a dirty 20, which in most, well, yeah. Here's the thing. It's a hit because of the flat-footed condition, but it's also a miss because you're shooting through an ally, so it gets 1 circumstance bonus. So it's just a miss.
I'll use a hero point.
Yes.
Yeah, hero pointed up. That's enough. Yeah, that's enough. It's not a great roll. It's only a 7, but it's enough. We don't call those hero points. We call them like middling adventurer points.
C+ points.
Yeah.
Day job points.
All right, damage. 7 points of damage.
7 points of damage is not enough to bring it down.
Yeah, that's all I got. I'm just gonna reload.
Nolby is like finishes reloading the ballista, but then there's no targets left. Brings us back to Saruk.
Oh, I still have a turn.
Oh, that's right. Anita was holding her turn.
He
so
can't
it's
shoot
Anita's
this dude?
turn. He's inside the building. There's like total cover. He's like inside a room, and the ballista's on top of the ship. There's just no way to get it. There's no visual at all on the creatures anymore from the top.
Okay. 1 action to ride on Wybert. Yeehaw, Wybert.
Clockwork Cowboy.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead and mount Wybert. You can click that mount button, right?
Everyone and everything, get off from Wyvern.
There we go. Wybert has. Oh, actually, it says Wybert has mounted Anita. I did it wrong. I did it backwards.
Wybert, not the other way
There you go.
around.
Anita has mounted Wybert for 1 action. Okay, you're now on Wybert.
Okay, all right, and then giving 2 actions, using 2 actions to give Wybert 3. So his first action would be to
Tumble through.
tumble through. He's just gonna barrel through this man.
All right, have Wybert make an acrobatics check
This will end well.
Acrobatics.
against the reflex DC.
Oh,
I believe in Wybert. I don't know about you at home, but I believe in Wybert.
I want to believe in Wybert.
come on, Wybert. Mary
Come
Chrysler.
on, Anita's laptop.
A 2.
So Wybert is
No.
not able to make it through the creature. The creature holds its ground against Wybert.
Okay. Where can Wybert stay then?
I mean, it's a tough.
Oh, would you
call
look at
because-
that? Annie's got a hero point.
Oh, look at that!
Oh.
Hero point from chat.
Holy shit, look at that.
Thank you, chat.
Yeah, chat, fuck yeah.
Wow.
All right,
RK
I'm-
Richard RPG. Very cool of you.
Thank
done
you,
that.
damn it.
RK Richard RPG.
Turns out that has a 30-minute cooldown. In case anyone was trying to throw hero points at Anita.
Oh, it's the natural one.
Well, that makes it worse. That turns it from a hero point to a 0 point. So
Oh no.
Okay.
Just like that.
Could Wybut go here then? Could he go to this corner and try to hit him still?
Yeah, I mean, we're kind of tough with the space we have here, so I'll let you kind of get up in here. I'll let you try to punch him through there. He has partial cover from the doorway and allies and stuff, but you can try.
Here we go. 19. I'm going to change my dice for a wipe.
19 is not enough to hit, unfortunately.
1, 2, one more. Let's try again. With a map.
14. Nope.
Okay. Sadness. Okay, that's my turn.
All
I'm
right.
gonna change my dice.
Saruk, you're on top. You've lost sight of all of the creatures. Anita's done a sort of like miming thing at you.
Yeah. So I think my concern is, I know I'm way up, but like these beings seem to be acting with like a certain degree of sentience when they are like diving and swinging manufactured weapons and things.
I mean, you looking at them, right? It does seem they have like a very singular focus, sort of battle tactic mission, and the way that they're communicating with each other implies a level of intelligence.
Yeah, if they're
sure.
speaking, then yeah, for sure. Okay, so 3 dudes can't take 1 airship. I think I'd like to just scan the skyline for anything that might be waiting in the wings, clouds, or off to the side.
Sure. Give me a perception check. As to give me a seek action, scanning the horizon.
I really wish I could pursue a lead. I do not have the time to do so. 17.
It looks clear for the moment, although the mana storm that you guys are literally within is reducing visibility quite a bit. But you feel confident looking around that there's nothing in the immediate vicinity, at least.
Got it. I don't really think there's a lot I can do. God. I think I'm going to use my second action to reload my Giselle, and my third action. I'm sure that 30 is fine. I'm not worried about that 30.
Sorry, I added Farah to the initiative.
Oh, fair. I really am less worried about it. Second action is reload the Giselle. Third action is contribute 1 action towards the reloading of the ballista, if I'm counting its actions correctly.
Well, that brings us to Farah's turn. The Farah Winslow, who's driving the ship. The creature busts down her door, steps in, scimitars at the ready. I think with 1 action, she draws a rapier. I think she draws a rapier from her belt. Keeps 1 hand on the wheel, and then turns and sort of makes an attack roll against this creature.
Just casually stabs backwards while driving. What a whole fucking mood.
Right?
27 is actually a hit.
Yes, hot.
For 16 points of damage. Farah can handle herself.
Why is she... Jeez! Hey, Farah, come with us to the Cradle of Quartz. No reason why. You're really good at shit. Wowie.
It's kind of hot.
It's not cold. Is she not a romance option? Jesus.
And yeah, you know what? For her third action, she's going to she's actually gonna just try to map disarm this creature. Why not? She's awesome.
Ooh, hot.
So this is an athletics check. She's gonna roll an natural 20. It's all good.
Another thirst trap.
Okay, well it's a 20 minus the 5 map, so that's 15, which is not enough to knock it loose and not even do it.
It's okay, girl. You're driving. That's
That's the end of her turn. These creatures get a chance to go. So I think the first thing it does is dual strike onto. Or actually, first thing it does. Actually, yeah, this is fine. The first thing it does is it starts. You actually watch as the runic energy starts to like pulse, and you watch as it starts chanting something in the language you don't understand and doing some movements. It's going to cast a spell. Now, the spell is a manipulate action, which it does trigger an opportunity attack from Hal.
no.
All right, I'll take
Now
it.
we get to see what happens when you cast a spell on a mana storm.
Yeah, we're going to find out what happens because there will be a wellspring surge for sure on this one. 21 is enough to hit because it's still snagging strikes.
Nice.
Okay, so we will never get to know what the actual spell effect was because Hal cuts it down before it's able to do it, and Hal saves whatever the spell was from going off. Back here in the cabin, this one is going to basically dual strike onto Farah. 26 is going to be a hit. Second one is a 28, which is also a hit.
Oh, Captain, my Captain.
Oh, Captain, my Captain.
10 and 11 for Farah. So Farah gets chopped down. She's barely injured. But that's the end of their turn. That brings us to Hal. We can go to Refi in the meantime.
I would push past everybody if I can.
Actually, the creature did have one more action, and he would have definitely closed the door with his last action.
Refi goes running in, and the door
There is no
slams.
door to close. He shattered the shit out of it. He does not have that. He does have a third action, though. I'm just going to
For your
map
third
attack.
action, you can die.
20 is enough to miss on Farah. Okay, perfect. Actually, with the 2 attack, they only get 1 map attack, so it actually only goes to a -5, which takes that to a 25, which actually is enough to hit Farah. Hair strike is pretty good. So Farah takes 14 more points of damage. Okay, sorry, go ahead, Refi.
Alright, first action, I stride into the room, or into the cabin. Alright, I'll shoot this motherfucker trying to hit our captain.
26 is a hit.
Let's go, Ruffy.
11 points of damage.
All right, 11 points of damage. Takes it all.
Third action, reloading, running reload.
Ooh, running reload. I love it. Just that image of like running up the airship.
I
reloading
know.
as you go.
I just want to talk. Run, reload. Fire.
That's my turn.
Nice. Great round.
Perf.
So I would use 2 strides to get up to that creature. I have 30 movement.
It's like 130 to there, 130 to there. Yeah, you definitely have 2 strides gets you there. No worries.
And I will take a snagging strike.
So it is flat-footed thanks to Farah. You get a 25, which is a hit. And you deal 11 points of damage and snag it and make it flat-footed to everyone. Perfect. And Refi already went. Oh, Hal, 2 points of acid damage. Natural 1 on your recovery check. You still taking that acid damage. Eating away at you. Anita.
Oh, what can I do? So, still on Wybird. Actually, I'm gonna get, for my first action, I'm gonna grab a Tanglefoot.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm gonna grab a Tanglefoot, and then I'm gonna use 2 to give Wybird 3.
Okay. Wybert moving through the cabin, it's treated as difficult terrain because he's so big, so he only moves half
Oh
as far
boy.
with each stride.
Never mind. So, never mind then. What the fuck?
You could get off of him if you want and run yourself.
But that's like an action though, right?
It is.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that instead. Dismounting on Wybert and then using my last action to get here. Well, imagine that's not Wybert. There, thank you.
There you go.
That's it for my turn.
All right. Top of the round, Saruk. I think at this point... Okay, you're on lookout. You said you opted to stay up here because you were pretty sure something... just seeing if there's anything coming in. Last time you made an active perception check, you thought everything was pretty in the clear. Unfortunately, you look up now and you can see, like, right in front of you, the mana storm itself. The energy in the clouds is thickening, and we are about to fly right into an even stronger, heavier mana storm. Because we've been flying through a moderate-sized mana storm.
Mm-hmm.
Up ahead, we're about to fly into a much heavier, thicker, more intense. You can just see the energy's much more intense, and the whole ship's about to head into this intense mana storm in the next round of combat.
Got it.
So you guys have one more round before that hits. I think anyone in the cockpit looking out the front probably sees it coming if you have any awareness of what's beyond fair, at least.
And I'm guessing that we were all inside in the first bit, so like being inside the ship isn't going to protect anybody from what may come.
Depends on the effects of the storm. honestly, but yes.
I see. Okay. In that case, gonna just keep. Well, before I start burning actions, is the ballista fully loaded?
Yeah, Nolby finished loading it on her turn, so it's loaded
Okay, cool. And it is currently pointing
right at the rear of the ship, basically.
down. So, if I were to use 3 actions to aim it, it would turn. How far could I get it again? I'm not looking at the stat block right now.
Each aim moves up to 35 feet.
Got
This
it.
whole ship is like, from front to back, it's like hundreds of feet, I think.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because you have to pick a square, not a movement. Yeah. All right, it's pointed at the butt for as long as we're here. Okay, so what is the most helpful thing I can do right now? I think maybe I'm going to try one more perception check, just actively. Beyond a shadow of a doubt, is there anything anywhere?
You don't get a clear vision of what it is, but as you focus on the energy and the mana storms that you guys are about to careen into, there's like a flash of lightning, and you see a large shadow kind of like right in the middle of the cloud for just a split second. There's something big and something alive at the center of that mana storm.
Interesting. Okay, well, you know what that means my second action is. Well, no, fuck my gun is loaded. I can do that. Devise a stratagem. I do not like the scary cloud monster, and I'm gonna use my other hero point about the scary cloud monster.
Okay.
I need better than a 19, please.
Ooh, how about a natural 20?
Then
Woo, so good at Pathfinder.
I'm gonna shoot them, I guess. I hope they are enemies. Would a 34 hit?
34 definitely hits. Not a crit though, but it will be a crit because it's a natural 20. So.
Okay, fair enough. I was giving me damn heart palpitations. Okay, they are flat-footed.
I forgot for 1 second it was a natural 20. Yeah.
They are flat-footed to the ship. I don't know. I'm gonna say Refi and hope Refi can catch the vibe. 48 points of damage to whatever the fuck that
Wow. That's a freaking roll, man.
Nice.
is. Fatal D12 is really cool.
All right, whatever this is takes 48 points of damage in the clouds. I think everyone is like treated to like a loud guttural noise that like shakes every one of you to your core, which is the roar of a dragon.
No, but you better bring that ballista around front, just right now. And in the reloading. And that was 3.
Well, you just dealt 48 points of damage to the dragon. That was pretty damn good.
Yeah, it was.
Farah, like, here's the dragon sound, and you just watch as like there's like a sweat bead, and she kind of turns and looks at the like giant mana storm that's oncoming. She tries to at least do what she can with the rapier here. 25 is a hit.
Damn.
For 11 points of piercing. As it does this, the runic energy flares and turns a light purple away from the orange. Her second strike is unfortunately a miss, and her third action is to basically use her captain's command, which is called No Quarter. So she orders all of you to rally behind her and gives you all a +1 status bonus to attack rolls and damage rolls until the end of her next turn. So everyone's in 20 feet. I'll just give it to all you guys in the ship. And then the creature gets to go. Targets Farah. Scimitar strike. Using the dual strike. 31's a hit. Next one is a 25. They're both hits. So if a creature within your reach uses a manipulate or move action, makes a ranged attack or leaves a square, it's not doing any of those. I don't think it triggers opportunity attack, unfortunately. Straight attack's not enough. So 11 and 14, Farah takes 25 points of damage. She's looking pretty badly injured at this point. And then I think as it's doing the scimitar strike, it kind of reaches back and tries to target Hal with one of its like talons it has, and just like that kicks you with a map on a talon strike. That's a 26 to hit, which does hit Hal. You take 11 points of slashing damage, And as you feel the wound sort of tear into you, you can feel something on the end of this, like some kind of disease that's trying to infect you. And I need you to make a fortitude save.
And there's a dragon coming?
Not for much longer.
27.
I've got it.
Success.
Saruk just comes in. Yeah, I killed the dragon.
All right, now it's your turn, Hal.
I will snagging strike the creature.
Ooh, that's a natural 1. Not what you want to see.
Map attack.
Map attack it is. 18's also going to miss. Oh, hero point from Nina in chat. I don't know who that is.
Who's Nina?
I'll use it.
Doc Nina? Doc Nina. It's someone from Scotland.
That is now a hit.
15.
15 points of damage. Still just barely hanging on.
Oh my god.
No.
Let's go
It's
for
flat-footed though, right?
It is. The snagging strike missed, but flat-footed just for flanking with Farah right now.
yeah.
I think it's technically still snagging strike from the previous turn. It hasn't moved. It's flanked right now by Hal, at least. Oh boy.
Yes. Let's go.
That's a natural 20.
Let's go.
That's a crit.
That freaking one.
24 points of damage as Hal carves through the last one of these things. Like basically slashes through. It like falls over onto Farah, who like is pushed into the like steering wheel, and she's like trying to like shoulder it off, so it like flops to the ground next. And she's just like, "Buckle up, boys! We're heading into the storm." As like you can watch as like the thick energy is like starting to envelop the ship, and the roar of the dragon is somewhere in that cloud.
Oh my gosh, there's a dragon.
Yeah, I need to make another roll because we are going into a new mana storm. So we have to see what the new mana storm effect is. Hal takes another point of damage. Oh wow, it's a natural 1 again, so it's the same effect. It's just stronger. So you guys watch as it goes from like a sepia tone to like a pure black and white shadow. Like there's no ounce of color left in the world here within the mana storm. Go ahead and make that recovery check though, Hal, just in case you can get rid of the effects.
Come on.
Yeah, you get it off of you. But yeah, you're standing at the controls, right? Refi is sort of like there behind you. You guys are looking into the storm, and you all heard the unmistakable roar of a dragon. I'll give you guys a moment. What would you like to do?
Refi, it is flat-footed to you if you shoot it right now. I don't know how you make that work, but I believe in you, and will give you a pass if you damage the ship.
So it's straight ahead of us, past the cockpit?
You've heard a roar. You don't have a visual on it. Saruk does because Saruk seeked it, you know? So you're not currently aware of where it is other than it's somewhere in front of you guys. The front of the ship is like full of solid glass and it's encased. There's no like window here or anything. You could theoretically, like over here on this side, the sort of platforms roll down to the ground. You could open up one of the side platforms and like hang out the side of the airship.
That seems like a good idea with the dragon coming by. But would it be within 60 feet of me?
Probably not.
It is not within 60 feet of you, unfortunately. I mean, you don't know where it is, but it's probably not within 60 feet of you.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Saruk, but I don't think I'd be able to use that flat-footed.
Boo.
I think just what I want to do here too, because we're also at the end of the night. Instead of like micromanaging turns, I just want to like generally give a pause beat. Know that there's not like a lot of time. Like this thing's coming, right? There's something that's gonna be on you guys very soon. But I want to give you guys a breath to sort of, in a general sense, regroup and come up with the like where you want to be. Like if Stuart wants to come down to join you guys, he could in this interval. If you want to stay up there, you're in a good spot. Yeah, no worries. Everyone else is going to. I'll let you guys just tell me, like generally speaking, what are the three of you down there getting ready to do?
No, I just wanted to ask Farah if there's any way to reinforce, I don't know, like the armor of the airship, and then if there is, then I'll do the necessary crafting.
Not when it's in flight. The ship itself seems currently fairly undamaged, right?
That's awesome. Okay. Well, I'll be healing everyone. So I'll be healing Refi, Hal, and Farah. Refi with a medicine check, and then quick medicine for.
Well, Refi's already had you already battle medicine Refi, so he's immune to battle medicine. The only other check takes 10 minutes, and you don't have that much time. We're talking like you have seconds to prepare, not like 10 minutes.
Okay, I'll do my quick medicine for both Farah and Hal. Both with assurance.
That's fine. You can do it on them because they.
12 points. 12 points for Hal, and then 11 for Farah. And then Wybert just goes in and shelters for now.
It does sort of seem like shit's about to hit the fan, guys, because you definitely heard the unmistakable roar of a dragon. I mean, I guess again, the Mana Storm effects could have been bad. There's a lot of effects on the table that can like be super negative. Just the fact that it's black and white is not the end of the world. No gnomes here, at least. That might have been bad for gnomes.
Refi's doing two things quickly. Taking out one of the elixirs. The lesser elixir, one of the good ones. And I'm going to use one.
So I'm thinking we have like less than a round before we're in the shit, yeah?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay, so I don't have time to reload.
I'll let you reload. That's fine. I'm letting them do some stuff too, so I'll let you reload.
I was gonna say reload my backpack ballista, which takes a minute.
If it takes a minute, I think I'll allow you to do it. That's fine.
So I'm just gonna quickly get that together.
I also affixed the snap leaf onto my armor.
Days into our journey, Refi realizes, oh shit, I need to be wearing my snap leaf, puts it on.
At the end of that, like, we're gonna leave it here because it is 10 o'clock, and that's so right now, like, this dragon is waiting for you, but we won't get to see what happens with the dragon fight until next week when we continue the story. Who would have thought there was a dragon in the mana waste?
At least you didn't put it in the dungeon. That would be.
Well, that's for the other dragon.
Hmm.
There's lots of dragons.
You get a dragon, and you get a dragon, and you get a dragon.
No, Oprah, chill out. You're breaking the encounter balance.
Yeah, that's going to do it for us this week in Outlaws. I know we had a lot of technical issues, but thanks for hanging with us. Thanks to everyone who made it, pushed their head through and got through all the tech issues tonight and the internet problems and everything. Big shout outs to Ninna, to Richard, to Ricardo, to Tommy. Thanks for playing with me as per usual. It's been a fun session. A huge shout out to everyone who is supporting us on our Patreon. Let's give a quick shout out there. I'll head to the Patreon screens. You can head on over to patreon.com/recall knowledge to, if you like what you see, if you like what you're doing, help us do more and send some support our way. It goes a long way just to help us fund more stuff we want to do on the channel. So big shout out to, of course, David Sims, Jason Irvin, Mark Paquette, Awal Jalil, Derek Southworth, Ellie Boyle, Jay, Paul G, Sandra Wagner, and Sam Skaggs. You guys are all awesome. You can get your name on this list too. Just go sign up. You also get early access to all our videos before they hit YouTube. You get a chance to watch Bastion, which is only available on our Patreon subscribers right now. And other than that, big thanks to Rollsmith for sponsoring us tonight. Don't, lose your kids to crippling dice addiction. Just use digital dice. It's so much easier.
Had I known we were doing that, I would have got my actual dice, which I have too many of.
It's an epidemic, we know. What do you got coming out this week? Let the people know.
Entirely too much. Hi, my name is Tommy. I do dumb Pathfinder shit on the internet, and you can follow this link to find all of it. I am still chewing through all of Lost Diamonds and Possible Lands, that setting that we're in right now, fighting dragons and shit, going over all of the new content for players. I still regularly make first edition content. I am digging through very old books, making a bunch of builds, and I run professional games on the internet. I literally had somebody come in the door, like a cold call from Discord, in the course of this session. And so it's like, this week has been a lot of onboarding a lot of people, but I have a lot of spots in a lot of games. Patreon can make that happen. Links are there. Today I put out a video about the Vudrani god Ravithra, which is like, you take all of your lawful neutral judge dread edginess, but then you replace it with like, not because like the law said so, but then add like karma in and like the because you know where someone is going to go at the very end, that justifies it. It makes a really Captain America and the Winter Soldier ass take on like that trope, and I really like it. And then I hadn't decided yet, but I think in this moment I'm deciding that on Friday when I do, here's all these new ancestors they put out, here's all the shit you have for them, and here's all of the things you can do with it. I think I'm going to jump into the Nagaji, partially because in 1A they were like, here's a paragraph of kind of not great flavor text, and now it's like we're going to re-up the entire art and change the flavor text real hard. I'm really excited to just like dive the fuck into it.
So what I'm hearing is when this dragon TPKs you guys, you're all coming back as these new cool ancestors.
Man, I fucking might.
Yeah.
Don't tempt me. Just 4 random people in the Mana Waste who have no goddamn reason. What's this Cradle of Quartz? I don't know. Let's go find out. La la la.
We have options. Either way, that all sounds cool. We're going to be back with Outlaws of Alkenstar next Wednesday, December 21st at 7 o'clock Pacific as we continue our airship journey and fight a dragon. Ooh. Fight a dragon from an airship, by the way. That's a cool image right there.
This is Final Fantasy. We are
Not
playing
dangerous
Final
at
Fantasy.
all.
No, we got snap leaves. It's fine.
Ruffy almost went down in the first round of combat. It was like swoop, kill, double hit, crit. Ruffy's like, I'm gonna hide. But tough. Do you have the tough feat that gives you more hit points?
No, I have the die hard feat.
Die hard feat. Okay, I was gonna say maybe it was the difference between you going down or not, but nope. You just got lucky. Very cool. So we'll be back then. Until next week, everyone, stay safe and stay healthy. Goodbye, and we'll see you on the other side of the Mana Waste. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
We're not crossing the Mana Waste. We're going deeper in. Don't fucking lie to people.